On Monday of this week, the Supreme Court finally released their long-awaited decision on whether or not Donald Trump has presidential immunity, and the answer is, literally, the answer from the Supreme Court on this case, that of course could decide the future of the country, they basically said exactly what the Constitution says, which, to be honest, not a horrible decision. Listen, I am not going to join the ranks of people telling you that the sky is now falling or that everything worked out in Donald Trump's favor. What I will tell you is that this is, in fact, a giant aid to Donald Trump. Yes, he benefits from this decision, but it does not mean that the charges against him are going to immediately disappear. Again, the Supreme Court basically said exactly what the Constitution says, and that is, if it's an official act, you have immunity. And I've been telling you for months that that is the case. Like, that wasn't going to change. The Supreme Court then said, for non-official acts, you don't have immunity. Okay, again, that's exactly what I've been telling you was the most likely scenario here. I do not think that the Supreme Court completely botched this decision. Okay, again, everybody on social media all Monday freaking out about it, right? Calm down, folks. There's other things to freak out about right now. Trust me, this isn't one of them. What Roberts said, Chief Justice John Roberts, of course, issued the majority opinion of the court. And what he said was that it will be up to the lower courts to determine what is an official act and what isn't. Now, that's where it benefits Donald Trump, because the cases against him in both Georgia and the federal case in D.C. are not going to be able to move forward. This opens the door for Donald Trump to appeal, or not even appeal, but basically file motions arguing that every single individual charge he is charged with was somehow actually an official act. At that point, we will have to have a lower court hearing about it. And then Trump's not going to be happy with the decision, so he's going to appeal it to the appellate court. He's probably not going to be happy with that decision, so it'll probably go back to the Supreme Court. So these trials against Donald Trump could potentially be delayed years. And I'm not exaggerating about that. It could take years before these cases now go to trial, which is why this is such a big benefit to Donald Trump. Now, here's where things also get a little murkier. Georgia, right? The charges against him in Georgia, the racketeering, all of that. There's an argument that he could make because he used his chief of staff, Lindsey Graham, a member of Congress, was involved. He was not charged. But because you did use staff, White House staff, a sitting member of the U.S. Senate, he's got a strong argument that he could make. It's total BS, but it's a strong argument in the eyes of the law that that was an official act. So I do think the charges in Georgia, unfortunately, probably going to go away over time. Not immediately, but over time, those are probably going to unfortunately go away. The federal case, however, well, all the evidence they've submitted in that federal case shows that Donald Trump's attempts to overturn the election results were funded by the campaign. He was using campaign staffers. He was using campaign lawyers. He was not, in that case, using government employees. He was not doing official acts as president. It's very clear, especially due to the funding of the efforts, that that was the act of a candidate, not a president. So I think the charges with in front of Judge Tanya Chutkan are going to stay. I do think eventually the charges in Georgia are going to end up being thrown out due to this Supreme Court ruling, but it's not the end of the world. They do basically, as Sotomayor said, kind of does open the door if President Biden were to be like, hey, it's an official act of the president, SEAL Team 6, why don't you head to Mar-a-Lago? That's dangerous and terrifying, but it is what it is. The Constitution says immunity 4 official acts. The Supreme Court regurgitated that. So nothing surprising here. And no, the ruling itself doesn't save Donald Trump, but the months and potentially years of delays, those are going to help him tremendously.
One of today's video sponsors is Miracle Made. Did you know that traditional bed sheets can actually harbor more bacteria than a toilet seat? It can lead to acne, allergies, stuffy noses, and it's just plain gross. Miracle Made offers a whole line of self-cleaning antibacterial bedding such as sheets, pillowcases, and comforters that prevent up to 99.7% of bacteria growth and require up to 3 times less laundry. These sheets are infused with silver that prevent up to 99.7% of bacterial growth, leaving them to stay cleaner and fresh 3 times longer than other sheets. No more gross odors. Miracle Made uses silver-infused fabrics inspired by NASA, and their sheets are thermoregulating and designed to keep you at the perfect temperature all night long, so you get better sleep every night. Miracle sheets are luxuriously comfortable without the high price tag of other luxury brands, and they feel as nice, if not nicer, than bed sheets used by some 5-star hotels. And it's designed for your skin. Stop sleeping on bacteria. Bacteria can clog your pores, causing breakouts and acne, and you can sleep clean with Miracle. Now, I've been using Miracle Made bed sheets for nearly 2 years now, and I absolutely love them. They help keep me cool throughout the night, which means I get better sleep because I'm not waking up all throughout the night from being too hot. So go to trymiracle.com/ROF to try Miracle Made sheets today. And whether you're buying them for yourself or as a gift for a loved one, if you order today, you can save over 40%. And if you use our promo code ROF at checkout, you'll get 3 free towels and save an extra 20%. Miracle is so confident in their product that it's backed with a 30-day money-back guarantee. So if you aren't 100% satisfied, you'll get a full refund. Upgrade your sleep with Miracle Made. Go to trymiracle.com/ROF and use the code ROF to claim your free 3-piece towel set and save over 40% off. Again, that's trymiracle.com/ROF to treat yourself.